Welcome to the People Connect podcast. Your network is your net worth. Are you ready to take your life to the next level? Be prepared to leap out of your comfort zone and connect with the who's who of what you want to do. Stop, drop, and roll as we start, market, and grow the CEO of you and your host, Nichelle Womack. She will help you engage, reinvent, motivate, and reactivate your plans for success.
Hey everybody, happy Friday, happy Freedom Friday. How are you today? Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Nichelle with 2excelwithnichelle.com. I bring you information, inspiration, and motivation to help push you out of your comfort zone into your greatness so that you can unwrap your gifts. I teach you how to start, market, and grow into the CEO of you. You can learn more about what I do to help you at bit.ly/2 Excel with Nichelle. You can also connect with me on Instagram and on Twitter at Nichelle Womack. And of course, if you're not connected with me here on Periscope, go ahead and connect with me. Welcome to each and every one of you. To all my replay viewers, thanks for coming in and tapping that screen, sharing your love, and sharing this broadcast. Sharing is caring. Yes, it is. So it is Freedom Friday. And today we're going to talk about profitability and your value versus your worth. All too often we hear people say charge your worth and add taxes to it. Today I'm going to share with you why your value may be more profitable than your worth. It's a determination and an accumulation of what it is that you embody the value with. Welcome, Roberto. How are you today? So thanks again to each and every one of you coming in. And like I said, if you're not connected with me, touch that little guy down at the bottom. If you like daily inspiration, motivation, and encouragement to help you unwrap your gifts and share them with the world. Hey, Elaine, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And so when we're talking about our value, and I always like to ask people, what do you think you're worth? Okay, what do you think you worth? Because really, if you ask people what they think they're worth, their perception is totally different than what the world or what the employer may say they're worth. Okay, so if you're on a job every day, whatever your value is that you are being paid, that is what you're worth to that employer. All right, so if you're paid $40,000 a year, $50,000 a year, that's what they think you are worth to them. Welcome. And so my question to you, what do you think you are worth? Because to me, if you're making $50,000, if you make $50,000 and you are at a job and they're telling you that is what your worth is, then you are being invalued. If you've gone to school and you've spent more than $50,000 on your education. And that's why it's very important for us to determine our worth and our value than it is for somebody else. And so my question to you today on this Freedom Friday, you're getting paid today. What are you worth? The first thing that I want to share with you when you're talking about your value, as I mentioned, is a compilation of all the things that you have of value that determines your worth. The first thing, only you can determine your value. As I stated with you before, only you can put a price tag on what you're worth. And so that's why when you're accepting that salary, that hourly wage from that employer and them telling you this is all that we can pay, we need to start thinking about how much value am I bringing to this position? Am I giving you everything that I learned? Okay, everything that I learned, and I'm putting in this position, but I'm only being compensated for this amount. Again, your determination of your value really depends on you and how much you think your value adds to an organization, to your business, to your life, and even to your relationship. Yes, they all equate to one another because your business cannot be right if your life ain't right, and your life can't be right if your relationship's not right. So all of them have a synergistic effect with one another, that they give energy to each other so that you can improve that value and that you can be determined what your worth is going to be. Only you can determine your value. No one else can put a price tag on it. All right. So they may try to do that, but literally only you can put that price tag on it. Number two, your value is something that no one can live without, or they find it easier living with. Now, I love this aspect of this point because value, people can't live without it. Think about something that you currently have right now that you cannot live without. That you cannot live without. Something that you cannot live without. Me personally, I cannot live without my cell phone, okay? And I know a lot of people that can't. Your phone goes with you everywhere you go. And when you leave it at home or you leave it on your desk while you're at work, you're like, where's my phone? You're checking with it. And so my phone is valuable to me. And this is just a small piece of value, a valuable asset to me that I know I needed and doing everything that I do. Hello from Magic 95.7. How are you? Welcome and thank you for being here. And I appreciate those gold hearts that you're pushing up there as well. And so when we're talking about value, we're talking about addition to adding to somebody else's life. So if somebody can't live without what you're doing, thank you so much. If someone cannot live with what you're doing, what you have, and what you offer to their life, then that means you're valuable. And so you need to recognize that, because a lot of times people will not recognize your value if you're not showing them why it is of value. I speak to young women all the time and I share with them, your body is your temple. Women, period. Your body is your temple. And so when you're going out and you're showing everything that you have to your future prospect husband or somebody, hello, how are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And you're showing everything that you have to them, then your value is reduced. Especially if you don't care about it, how do you expect somebody else to care about it? And so we have to value ourselves more than other people will. And that's why we can only put a price tag on what we're worth. And so when you're talking about your value, it's something that somebody can't live without. And then if they could live without it, your living in it makes it more valuable to them. Start putting the correct price tag on who you are. Yes, amen. And some people will tell you, welcome, Troy, how are you? Some people will tell you that I am priceless. And yes, you are. When you start thinking about the value as a Christian and how much God values you and your worth, then yes, you are priceless. Because I personally think I'm priceless. Most people cannot afford greatness from you. And so, but you got to come to some kind of happy medium, some kind of price point as to what it is that you will accept. And I always tell people, sometimes we have to give people a little taste of what we are. When we're on Periscope, when we're sharing information through blogs and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, that's a little piece of who you are. But it really does not denote the whole value of what you offer to someone else, to an employer, to your customer, to your relationship, to your family. Because see, we never know someone's value until they're no longer there. And I found that true to be today. Today is President Obama's 56th birthday. And when we think about what we have now and what we had then, you never really miss what you had until it was gone. That's tough there. You never really miss what you have until it's gone. So think about that loved one that you had that no longer is in your life anymore. I personally could think about my grandparents. They're no longer here to add value to my life. But I tell you, the value that they added when they were here is so significant that is priceless in my life right now. All the things that they told me about myself, how to be a lady, how to conduct myself as a lady, how to treat people like you want to be treated. And then I go back to reflect on that as well, because some people, as you saw, people coming in putting up nasty comments, some people devalue themselves so much that they found value in talking about other people and treating other people bad. They find less value in themselves. So since they don't value themselves, they find no need to value other people. And so when you're really talking about value, you have to really look and see how much value you have. And if your value is less and if it's insignificant, then of course you're not going to value other people. And so the price tag that you put on you really is a characteristic of what you think of yourself and what you are worth. God bless you. You on air today, 7 p.m. here on Periscope. All righty. Well, thank you for advertising here at Magic 95.7. Where are you located? Where are you located? And so your value is so significant and so important. The next thing that we need to be mindful of is only you can increase your value. How can you increase your value? How can you increase your value? Be more Baltimore. Yes, I love Baltimore, Maryland, right? I love me some Be More. It's very beautiful there and pretty. Very nice there. Yes. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate you. Try my best to catch you 7 o'clock on a Friday night. I don't know. I don't know where I'll be. I might be somewhere eating, to be honest with you. Friday night, 7 o'clock. Yes. All righty. Number 3, only you can increase your value. And how can you do that? By increasing your education, your knowledge, your worthiness. The more value you add to you, the more profitable you will become. The more your worth will increase. All right. So even on a job, let me stop saying all right. I'm in Toastmasters. I keep saying all right. Got to erase that from my vocabulary there. Yes. So if you're on a job and you go back to school and they say you need this requirement to come back here to make an X amount of dollars, then of course, if you want that X amount of dollars, you're going to invest in yourself. And so think about that when we're talking about investing in ourselves. Everything you add is of value, so you can charge the worth that you're actually worth. And then you can go request that. You know, back a while ago, we had fast food restaurants saying that everybody should get paid $15 an hour. And even though I respect fast food workers, I even worked in a fast food restaurant myself when I was younger. Okay. But does everyone deserve $15 an hour? Okay. So we have to think about value. What value are you adding to yourself, to the contribution of your employer, and to your business, to your relationships, and to your life? The more value you increase within, the more you can add to those dollar signs. The next one, number 4, value should never be compromised. Your value should never be compromised, placed on sale, or any discounts given. Again, then I go back to rebut that just a little bit, because as I mentioned, sometimes you got to give people a little taste of what you offer before you can put a price tag on it. You have to evaluate how much value you're adding before you can put a price tag on it. So whether you say you can't give discounts, this is a free service right here. When you're on Periscope, you're offering people free information, free advice, free notifications, things of value to you. And if they choose to divest in it and invest in themselves from the information that you shared, hello, how are you? Then that adds to their value. And what they learn, they can go share with someone else. And that's the great thing about learning. What you learn adds to your value, and you can go share it with someone else. Then you can put a price tag on it. Why? Because you've taken the time to add to your value, learn some new things, and then therefore it has become embodied in you where your net worth increases. Your net worth increases. It's nothing like an increased net worth, okay? And then number 5, and there's so many more reasons to understand why your value is so important and invaluable if you really think about it. But I'm just giving you 5 here, and hopefully they will enlighten you, inspire you, and motivate you to know that you are worthy of whatever price tag you put on your services, whatever price tag you put on when you're going to get that job and you're negotiating a salary. Yes, you are. And you got to think of it that way. If you're just tuning in, my name is Nichelle, and I'm with 2excelwithnichelle.com. I help you start, market, and grow into the CEO of you. I do that by providing you with inspiration, information, and motivation to help push you to your next level, to help you unwrap those gifts and be able to share them with the world, and then information to help you get started right now in whatever it is that you want to do to help you reach that next level. So number 5, we're talking about your value. And I want you to remember this because I think this is the most important point of my whole conversation. Number 5, your value is non-negotiable. It is the cornerstone of your brand. Branding is so important being a business owner. Branding is so important if you're in corporate America. Branding really identifies who we are and the package that we've put together. After you graduate from college, the package that has been put together of all the information, the knowledge that you have. How you look, your external and your internal appearance really is the brand of who you are. You are your brand. And so when we talk about the value that we have, that we add to other people, that we share with other people, it becomes non-negotiable. And when you start negotiating with your value, you really are starting to negotiate with your integrity, who you are as a person, who you hope to be, who you hope to become, and who you are sharing with this world. Never negotiate with your value. That's something right there that is priceless. That's something that if you give somebody else the direction and the decision to value you less, then you become valueless to them. All right. So again, I pray this information has embodied you with what you need to, first of all, have confidence in you. And then to have confidence in you to know that you are capable and able to go out there and make great things happen. Yes, you can have any career you choose to have. If you're good at it, be great at it. If you're great at it, make it profitable so that you don't have to sit back and beg other people to give you a chance. Make your value so priceless that people will want to be in your presence. Make it so priceless that it is a worthy investment. Make it so priceless that people cannot live without it. And that's a part of branding. That's a part of determining and factoring in your worth. Your value is much more profitable than your worth. Understand that, recognize that, and go out there and cash in. Yes, get your dollar signs. Yes, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Again, I'm Nichelle with 2excelwithnichelle.com. You can learn more about me and what I do and how I can help you get to that next level in your life of success, in your business, and in your relationships at bit.ly/2 Excel with Nichelle. I'm also on Instagram and on Twitter at Nichelle Womack if you'd like to connect with me there. Tell me what you think about this broadcast. Tell me what you think about your next level. Go ahead and DM me on Instagram or on Twitter, and I'll respond to you accordingly. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for your time. I'm here every day, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 3 and 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you found this information valuable, go ahead and connect with me on this platform here by touching that little peridot. And if you found it valuable, somebody else might as well. Sharing is caring. Don't hesitate to share. Until Monday, between 3 and 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, every day of the week, I'll be back then. Thanks again for tuning in to all my replay viewers, Twitter, Apple viewers. I greatly appreciate you. Blessings and peace to you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.